Piyush ji, thank you so much for giving Network 18 this exclusive interview. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
What a day to be interviewing you. You know, historic reform in GST rationalization. You've been in the center of news for so long, so it's a great time to be interviewing you. My first question, all this started with the Prime Minister's address on the 15th of August, Independence Day, when he spoke about Atmanirbharta. He framed it in the context of Swadeshi, he framed it in the context of quality drive, and he also, so that is where it all started, and it has led to this. He gave a hint to us on that day that big reforms are coming. So here it is, your first reactions on this GST rationalization.
Well, I'd like to compliment Prime Minister Modi for taking this bold decision. I see this as the most transformative step the nation has seen possibly in the last 50, 60 years. This is a journey that Prime Minister Narendra Modi started right in 2014. Back then, he spoke about making in India. He was conscious that ultimately we will have to become self-reliant. Atmanirbhar banna padega. He promoted Digital India, he promoted Startup India. Swachhata was at the core of his working.
Yes.
He started the concept of trusting the people of India. Remember, one of the first decisions was you don't need to notarize a document.
Right.
It was crazy. A Xerox copy needed a notary and you spend money, go and sit before and plead with somebody. For him, ease of doing business is the pathway to a developed economy, and ease of living is a commitment to the people of India to ensure wider prosperity and inclusive growth. And these decisions yesterday have happened over a sustained 11-year journey of taking a broken, fragile 5 economy to become the top 5 economy of the world, soon to become the 3rd largest by 2027. An economy that was low on growth, high on inflation, an economy that was starved of foreign exchange, with a completely broken banking system, an economy where there was no hope, investments were falling,
right.
Our passport had no respect anywhere in the world. Inheriting that from the Congress, Prime Minister Modi, brick by brick, step by step, brought reforms, brought changes, showed that he trusted the people of India, focused on better quality of life for the poorest of the poor, through various initiatives, brought social security into their lives, got 25 crore people out of poverty, faced the crisis of COVID admirably, without letting the economy collapse as happened in many other developed nations. In fact, bouncing back so well that for 4 years now, we are the fastest growing large economy. Last quarter was 7.8% growth,
yes,
with only 1.55% inflation. Who could have imagined, if you look back at 2014, Rahulji,
yes,
that in a decade, this country will transform so rapidly,
right,
so beautifully, and a foundation will be created on which a $4 trillion economy aims to become a $30 trillion economy by 2047. That, I think, is Prime Minister Narendra Modi's very astute handling of the economy, and these transformative steps that he had alluded to in his 15th August address, of course, is a labor of love. It's happened over many months of hard work.
yes.
The Finance Ministry, Nirmala ji, the groups of ministers from the states,
Absolutely.
the groups of secretaries, all working, recognizing that now compensation cess will no more be required. We got the elbow room to be able to give this huge bonanza,
right,
and give our consumers the opportunity to spend more and give a boost to the Indian economy.
So we'll discuss all these points one by one, but first let's stay with GST for a moment. How do you think there was also, income tax cuts, for the bonanza for the middle class in the last budget, followed by now rationalization of GST, a long-standing demand. Like you said, it's taken months of, work on it. Are you sure that this is, how confident are you that this is going to spur demand spur consumption and also eventually investment?
It's very logical, Rahulji. Take, for example, the reduction in cement from 28% to 18%.
Yes.
It suddenly brings down the cost of real estate and building a home. Prime Minister Modi has already provided a free home to 4 crore brothers and sisters, families in the country, another 2 crores more in the coming 4 years, 4-5 years. A reduction in cement price also helps the middle class now get the ability to own an affordable home. When you reduce the price for tractors, tractor parts, all other farm equipment, you are helping the farmer modernize, helping him improve his productivity.
Right.
When you make the two-wheeler cheaper or a small car cheaper of 1200 cc, the aspirational middle class, the young man and woman who wants to have a two-wheeler, gets encouraged and is able to afford to buy a two-wheeler, with interest rates also simultaneously coming down,
yes,
thanks to low inflation and loans becoming cheaper and easily available,
right,
in a strong banking system that we have today, not what we had in 2014. When the housewife goes out into the market, almost every product of daily use, all food products, all processed goods, foods, all material that is required for her kitchen, foodstuffs, utensils, everything will see a transformational reduction in prices. And industry has committed to us that they will make sure that the full benefit is net of input taxes is passed on to the consumers. So consumers are in for significant gain, and I'm very, very confident.
And how are you sure of that? How will you ensure that the industry
There are enough tools.
There have been cases of profiteering in the past. So.
Few and far between. Otherwise, our experience is you can trust industry. Okay. Prime Minister Modi's biggest strength has been that he has trusted industry and they've never let him down. Similarly, the people of India have trusted Prime Minister Narendra Modi and we have never let them down. So I think it's a two-way trust. Industry has, across the country, every sector, assured the government that they will be with the government. They recognize lower taxes, lower prices will give buoyancy to demand, and higher demand leads to higher taxes, and ultimately higher demand also promotes more investment because the demand leads to more manufacturing in India. So it's a virtuous cycle of growth, and the multiplier impact is what will give India a big boost.
Okay. Let us also talk a little bit about the revenue implication or the revenue impact that this might have. You know, by one estimate, about 48,000 crore would be the revenue impact. Do you see that, you know, we will be able to take care of this, and, you know, any kind of fiscal slip that you see, you know, going forward?
Rahulji, we are currently collecting nearly 2 lakh crores every month. And with this boost in demand, the revenue will probably go up rather than being a revenue
So
loss.
you're expecting some amount of revenue buoyancy as a result of this?
So it is always so. And I think that every theory,
right,
economic theory suggests that.
Right.
And for that matter, in 2 lakh crore a month, so 24 lakh crore, 22 lakh crore collected in a year,
yes,
this is hardly a very consequential amount.
Right. You know, if you look at the Q1 GDP numbers at 7.8, you know, it's a 5-quarter high. How do you react to these numbers, especially in the context of, you know, someone calling it a dead economy?
Well, I think Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been a naysayer and a person who could never understand economics. We have seen that over the years. He sees ghosts where there are none. He cannot appreciate that the people of India are seeing significant improvement in their lives. He has not yet been able to reconcile that the people of India have voted him out 3 times in a row. It's a rocket that somehow seems to fail every time it tries to take off. Mr. Rahul Gandhi actually hurt the sentiments of 140 crore Indians who can see the improvement in their lives, who can see that Prime Minister Modi has reduced their income tax, who can see that Prime Minister Modi is providing 80 crore Indians even after they have come out of poverty with free food grains, who can see that the fertilizer prices haven't gone up in 11 years. Because Prime Minister Modi has made sure that any burden of increase in tax prices, and there have been a huge increase in fertilizer price, is borne by the central government. Prime Minister Modi is a sensitive human being, very, very concerned and caring for the last man at the bottom of the pyramid. Right from day one, he worried about their social security. Right from day one, he committed his government to the poor, to the marginalized sections, to the unbanked sections of society. After all, what was Jan Dhan account? He made the bank doors open for every citizen of this country.
Right.
What was Ayushman Bharat? And finally, even everybody above 70 getting free healthcare. So today, 62 to 65 crore brothers and sisters, and everybody above the age of 70 included, is eligible for free healthcare. With the reduction of GST on premium on life and health policies from 18% to 0.
Yes.
It's a massive reduction.
Yeah.
The middle class will get an ability to buy more insurance and secure their future, their health, and an unfortunate incident in their lives or anybody in their family's lives. So I think it's a very concerted effort over the years in a very smart fashion, while making sure the sanctity of the fundamentals of the economy remains strong, while making sure we don't slip back,
Right.
but only power on for a brighter and brighter future for every Indian in India. I think Prime Minister Modi has clearly shown that good economics can also be equal to good politics. The old adage of the Congress, which itself used to always be looking at very, very low ambition ideas, which was full of scams and scandals, the Colgate, the telecom scam, the Commonwealth Games scam, the Antrix, the list goes on and on. Right. Prime Minister Modi in 11 years has run an honest government, and honest government will always have money to spare to give benefit worth over 2 lakh crores in one shot through the reduction of GST.
So will it give some comfort to the markets as well? They have been slightly soft over the last few quarters. Do you think it will also give market men a reason to celebrate because bold reforms are on the way, that this government is not hesitant to take risks?
I think very clearly the market recognizes that we are in safe hands. They recognize that a decisive, strong leader like Prime Minister Modi will always keep national interests ahead of everything else. And therefore, if you see, while they've been a little soft, but they've been range bound.
Yes.
Between 24,500 and 25,500, the Nifty has moved.
Right.
But I'm very confident that this and the impact of this starting on the first day of Navratri on 22nd September will give a big leg up to the economy, to GDP growth, will ensure that Indian investments continue to power on, will attract more people to set up base, because ultimately when there is demand,
yes,
there will be interest in investment to meet that demand. And a growing demand means growing jobs,
right,
growing number of people required in the supply chain. More investments will lead to jobs in the manufacturing side.
right.
Services is already growing in a double-digit level. You saw the numbers, the services PMI is at an all-time high almost.
Right.
So I think all in all, India is poised for a very bright future. I assure you our exports also this year will be higher than last year.